The number one mistake OnlyFans agencies make when scaling is not having systems and infrastructure built before growth, meaning they attempt to add creators, revenue, team members, and operations before their foundational business model is ironclad. And because of that foundation failure, they suddenly find themselves drowning in chaos, overspending, canceled contracts, missed revenue, burnout, compliance headaches, and ultimately stalled growth. What most agencies do is start with 2 or 3 creators. They manage chat manually, schedule content ad hoc, manage files via a messy shared folder, and use Instagram DMs or WhatsApp to communicate with creators. That works for a handful of models because you're agile, flexible, and fast. But the moment you add 5, 10, or 15 creators, things break. Revenue tracking becomes a mess, content gets lost, chat replies go unanswered in time zones across the globe, VAs are organized, cash flow becomes unpredictable, and models start having trust issues. Agencies without documented systems scale chaos, not profits. To avoid this, you need to build reliable pipelines first and not expect you can just layer scaling on top of disorganized operations. Let me walk you through the real pain points agencies face, why they happen, and how to fix them before expansion begins. Every piece of this agency puzzle, from content management, onboarding, scheduling, chat, analytics, creator communication, backups, legal compliance, pricing structures, training, and finance, needs an SOP. Without standard operating procedures, every time you hire a new VA, adding a creator or delegating content, you're reinventing the wheel. If there's no repeatable process, every onboarding is more expensive, every glitch causes delays, every creator experience varies, and your agency becomes inconsistent. When inconsistency builds, some creators will feel neglected and leave, some chat replies will go unsent and revenue drops, and your brand reputation as a serious manager crumbles. It's the equivalent of casting a cast of actors for a play but not giving them scripts. They all improvise. It might be funny the first show, but nobody knows their lines in the subsequent acts. That's the mistake most agencies are making when scaling. They never gave their team a playbook in Act 1, and by Act 2 they're lost. Another huge part of the problem lies in content scheduling and asset management. Without a centralized cloud system, named files, templated caption banks, performance-based scheduling logic, and reviewer sign-off checkpoints, agencies scramble to post. They miss optimal times, publish wrong files, schedule teasers incorrectly, or worst of all, they make the model feel like they have zero oversight. Then the agency spends as much time fixing content problems as they do managing growth. This lack of structure causes a feedback loop. The more creators you add, the more errors you produce, and the less time you have to fix them, which eventually halts growth altogether. I've seen agencies sign 8 creators in a month, then explode into tripped wires. Chatters don't know the creator's tone, so fans get weird messages. Revenue tracking spreadsheets don't auto-calculate payouts, so the accountant is begging for receipts. Content gets posted on the wrong days. Promotional campaigns overlap. Models are emailing in panic mode. VAs quit from frustration, all because the agency decided to scale before building a system. They treat growth like it's ingredients going into soup and not like an engineer building code. You can't just pile on creators and hope everything holds. You need modular infrastructure. A reliable agency infrastructure includes a content pipeline system where creators upload media via form into pre-labeled Google Drive or Dropbox folders, where captions and PPV messages are templated in Airtable or Notion with dynamic placeholders, where scheduling is assigned out weekly with review and approval steps, where evergreen fallback content is stored for gaps. It includes a chatter management system with onboarding forms, mock simulation tests, tone guidelines, templates, message trees, performance targets, QA logs, and backup chatters who can rotate in. It includes an analytics dashboard where revenue, new subs, churn, PPV open rates, tip frequency, chat conversion rates, and churn reasons are tracked weekly. It includes creator-facing dashboards so models can review upcoming posts, approve captions, see next week's schedule, and comment if needed. It includes backups, compliance training, NDA and legal contract templates, bank or payout tracking tools, accounting records, content insurance, tax preparation guidelines, and even mental health check-ins for team. Without each of those systems built to scale reliably, agencies collapse. Scaling the chaos without systems is confused growth with exposure, not always bad but unsustainable. Now, why is this the number one mistake? Because every other error, like hiring the wrong chatters, underpaying creators, missing messages, posting inconsistencies, or revenue loss, stems from having no process. Process is where consistency, control, and scalability meet. You can fill gaps with VAs only if they are trained through the same SOPs. Without documented workflows, your VAs all do different things using their individual memory. When one quits, your institution loses institutional knowledge. And that's exactly what happens to many agencies. They hire someone, that person learns the ropes, they leave, and suddenly the agency has to retrain from scratch. Meanwhile, fans, creators, revenue are drifting. Process not only protects your onboarding and operations but also your creator relationships because creators know exactly what to expect. They are guessing if you'll pay them properly, when content will go live, if messages will be answered. They have visibility and trust. This leads to retention, referrals, positive word of mouth, and that is real scaling. If you scale by just adding creators and not retention and reputation, your churn kills the lift. So agencies must build retention-first systems, not just acquisition-first systems. How to fix the mistake before scaling? Do an audit of operations before adding a single new creator. Document how files are received, how captions are written, how scheduling works, how messages are handled, how payouts are tracked, how creators check in. Build or refine SOPs across all roles, VAs, content managers, chatters, finance team. Set up tool stacks, Airtable or Notion for content calendar, Google Drive or Dropbox for media, Slack or Discord for team communication, Sheets or dashboards for analytics, digital signature tools for contracts, Zapier or Integromat for automations. Train your team in weekly cycles, 1 week onboarding, 1 week shadowing, 1 week live supervised work, 1 week independent. Build audit checklists and performance reviews so you can improve each week. Only when the agency is consistently managing existing creators without breakdowns, chat is on time, content calendar is full, revenue tracking is smooth, creators feel communicated with, VAs understand their roles, only then open the doors for more creators. Scaling becomes additive, not multiplicative problem. The moment you see revenue start dropping, churn rate climb, complaints rise, missed assignments escalate, you pause adding creators until systems improve. That is the true secret to sustainable growth. Ultimately, the number one mistake is believing you can scale by just signing more talent without first making your operations airtight. If you fix that mistake, scaling becomes not just possible but enjoyable. You have confidence, clarity, and control. Your agency becomes a predictable engine of growth rather than a roller coaster of stress and risk. Build systems first, then scale.